Seattle, Washington every year. I have footage of my time in the Bite of 2023 and 2024. So let's start with last year's Bite. We take the LRT or light rail every year to Seattle Center because it's hard to find parking and it's super expensive. Don't recommend if you're visiting downtown Seattle driving. And we take it to the monorail, and then from the monorail it takes us straight to Seattle Center, right in the middle of it. So it's LRT, monorail, Seattle Center. Here's an obligatory shot of the Space Needle, the landmark of Seattle. And here is the mouth of the Bite. Enjoy Seattle's best bites. And you can see that there are already quite a bit of people here. We go early every year just so we have time to try everything. And also the lines are shorter in the morning. So, yeah, it's already a big crowd as we try to enter the Bite. So here's a little context of what the Bite is. Like I said, it's a food festival where all sorts of food trucks or food establishments, like restaurants, from like big franchises to small family-owned restaurants, come set up a stall or tent and sell their food to the people of Seattle. There's also music and an arts and crafts artisan alley, but majority of people come for the food. And here we found the map of the Bite, which is just a general layout of the event, just so you kind of know where you are, where things will be, like the music, the food stalls, food trucks. Here is a picture of the Seattle Center fountain. It's also pretty iconic. And we met up with our friend Dud and our other cousin Xavier. Oh, I forgot to mention this year we were with our cousin JL. So it was me, Didi, JL, Xavier, and Dud this year. And we're just walking around. We met up, and Xavier and Dud have been here for a while. You can see they're setting up the stage for the music. That's where the musicians will be playing. And the photo op of Bite of Seattle they set up every year for tourists. The first place we tried was lobster, because Dud and Xavier recommended it. And here you can just see they've sliced up some lobster and are grilling it. It smells so good. I wish you guys could smell it. It's called the Lobster Shack. And here is the final product. We had lobster fries with what looks like onions, green onions, and cheese, or a special sauce. And I'm not quite sure what we ordered. I don't remember. It's been like a year. But it was really, really good. But a bit pricey because it's lobster. So, pretty bougie pick for our first meal. Then we went to Galileo's Italian Pizzeria and Catering because we wanted a drink to wash down our lobster fries. And JL wanted a slice of pizza. So here the lady is serving us our strawberry pink lemonade. I think it's just pink lemonade, but yeah, I don't remember again. And our pepperoni pizza for JL. You can't have pizza without chili flakes. So get a healthy dose of chili flakes. And yeah, that was our second meal of the day. So we went from our fancy lobster shack fries to a more humble pizza lemonade meal. We met up with Dud and Saver again, and they also got a drink and some Doughjoys donuts. Then our next stop was this Mexican-Korean fusion food truck called El Coreano. We got the kimchi bokkeumbap with fried egg, which is kimchi fried rice with furikake, sriracha mayo, fried egg, and tahine. We added pork bulgogi as our protein, and everybody knows a good fried rice with egg, you should mix it all up together so you can get all the flavors in one bite. While we were in line for the kimchi bokkeumbap, Didi was in another line, the freeze-dried candy line, because Didi was always tempted to try freeze-dried candy thanks to TikTok. So these ones are freeze-dried candy sour Skittles. This one's regular Skittles, 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 Skittles. And then chamoy mango bites, and they're all freeze-dried. My favorite were the sour Skittles. Then Didi got her own order from El Coreano, specifically Mama's Trios Tacos, which is chicken taco with mango salsa and barbacoa taco with kimchi slaw. And we got thirsty again, so we got more drinks. Very hot, lots of food, not enough drinks. And these are fruity soda infused with French syrup, topped with rainbow jelly and a cherry. And we got the flavors lychee and mango. And they were from this tent called Sweet Moon by Asian Street Food Hall. Next place we went to was the Pie Bar Truck. It's a very cute pink van and it caught our eye. Here is the pie. It's a slice of pie with vanilla sides. The flavor we got was Bumbleberry Crumble, which is Granny Smith apples, blackberries, strawberries, and raspberries. This was honestly our favorite food spot of the day because the pies were that good. And Dud and Saver shared an Oreo cream pie. And here's what's left of our fruity soda drinks. And then we're going to go ahead and pan out just so you see how many more people showed up. It is now the afternoon, so like 12 to 2 p.m. and the bite is now bustling and full of people. We decided to just rest on the grass because we had a really full day. Literally and figuratively, we were so full by now, especially after the delicious pie. And we did a lot of walking, so we were resting before heading home on the cool, cool grass. On the way home, though, Didi smelled a taco truck, so we got some tacos. These looked really good. Just some regular old carne asada taco with a slice of lime on the side. I wanted more dessert, so I got a strawberry vanilla icicle pop from Ma and Pop Icicle Pops. There was this character cotton candy tent on the other side that looked interesting, but I wouldn't be able to eat it because it would be too cute, so I decided not to get one. Also, not really a fan of cotton candy like that. But yeah, I wanted this popsicle to just cool down from the heat and satiate my hunger for more sweets before heading home. Since Saver and Dad got Doughjoy, we decided to get some Doughjoy too to bring home to our people to come. So this is just us taking a quick stop at the Dojoy donut truck for our own donuts. While we were there, we decided to get more drinks. I think we bought a total of like 6 drinks on this day, but this is mine's and Dee Dee's. I got a strawberry lemonade, and Dee Dee got a lavender power puff. Now here we are at the Bite Bazaar, which is the place where you can sell arts and crafts you've made, artisanal foods. Basically, handcrafted or homemade goods are sold here by vendors, and we wanted to see if we could get like a souvenir or something before heading home. So this is our final pit stop. The Bite Bazaar is a bit out of the way from the actual event of food stalls and food trucks, so definitely look for it if you ever go to the Bite. You might find something you like. There's always a caricature tent here, so if you want your caricature drawn, go here. Me and Jill did not find anything we wanted to do, but Dee Dee found henna, and she's always wanted to get a henna tattoo. So we got this nice, kind old lady to do it for us. You basically just flip through her book of designs, choose a number, and wait in line. We were lucky enough to be second, and the person before us was already almost done, so there wasn't much of a wait. Dee Dee got a hand design, a full hand design. I don't remember how much it was, but I think it was pretty pricey for the size, considering it's all done by hand and it's very detailed. And it was actually quite a relaxing and peaceful experience. And here is the reveal of Dee Dee's henna tattoo in the sunlight, so you can appreciate all the details and how gorgeous it is. One of the things we were worried about is how she would hold on to the rails while we were on the train. But thankfully, there were no accidents with the tattoo on the way home. Here is another shot of the Space Needle as we make our way back to the monorail to get to the light rail to go back home. Goodbye, Bite of Seattle 2023. Goodbye, Space Needle. So here is a shot of the monorail coming to a stop at the Seattle Center station. So there's quite a lot of people coming to the Seattle Center, which is basically the lunch rush for Bite of Seattle, which is why thankfully again we came early. And then Westlake Station, which is the station we need to go to get home. The light rail comes every 10 to 15 minutes, so it's a pretty long wait in between. You can see how packed it is at this time. Again, it's the afternoon. Even if they're not going to the Bite, people are always heading to downtown Seattle. And yeah, I think this is it for the Bite of Seattle 2023. I was supposed to put this up last year, but I went to the Bite again this year. Thank gosh, I still have the footage of last year, so now I can just compile the two together. decided to get some footage of the walk there. So yeah, the commute is actually pretty long, which is why we try to go early every year, but we were a bit late this year, considering the sun is already up. But that's not gonna stop us from getting good food again this year. Here we are at the Rainier Beach Station again, and we gotta tap our Orca card, which I forgot to mention is one of the ways you can pay for transportation here in Seattle. So just like last year, we are taking the light rail train to the monorail train to Seattle Center. This year, I was actually able to get a better shot of what the monorail station looks like from Westlake. So here it is, the fastest connection between downtown and Seattle Center. So here is the monorail station, operational since 1962. We've now arrived at the Seattle Center station, and here is the obligatory shot of the Space Needle. After a year, it still looks the same, and instead of going through the main entrance of the bite, we're just gonna go cut across through the Armory, which is a building in Seattle Center. And voila, as we exit the Armory, we have finally made it to the bite of Seattle. And it pretty much looks the same in terms of just general layout, but since last year it's a lot more food selections. As you can see, there's already a lot of tents, and yeah, and I don't know if it's because we were a little bit later. The crowd is a lot bigger than it was last year. And this year, Jail was not able to make it, so we are just here with Xavier, and we are going to be meeting up with some of our cousins later in the video, but just for a little bit. And here's a better shot of the Space Needle. Our first stop was seafood again, but instead of lobster, we got oysters from Nola Oysteria. They were selling a sampler plate, which is basically all their oyster flavors in one plate. This was by far the most priciest thing we got that day, but it was worth it. Here's the oysters being prepped and grilled. Again, I wish you guys could have smelled it. Here's Xavier's platter, and this was definitely my favorite dish of the day, mainly because I'm not a fan of oysters, but I really did like this, so that's a huge plus, making me like something I don't usually like. Next, we had bone marrow, which is what Xavier was most excited for, and it was right next to the oysters. Here is a close-up of mine and Dee Dee's orders while we wait for Xavier to get his order. We got the green onion with truffle oil, and Xavier got garlic butter mushroom. And every order comes with 2 buttered toasts and a signature coleslaw. And I forgot to get a footage of the tent, but we got sushi pizza from Sushi Pizzeria, which you'll see right here, which was Dee Dee's favorite dish of that day. Me and Dee Dee got the rainbow sushi pizza, which is red tuna and salmon, and Xavier got the Magura sushi pizza, which is unagi or eel. That one was actually really filling, and we almost couldn't finish it. This year, we got a big baby bottle, which was like the best thing they had at the bite, because you guys remember how many drinks we spent money on last year. This year, the baby bottle was unlimited refills, so we only had to pay for it once, and we could just keep getting drinks throughout the day, which was both a lifesaver and money saver. Xavier got an iced tea so we decided to walk it off and check out the bike bazaar a bit earlier than last year. And there was quite a lot more stuff for sale this year. We passed by clothing stalls, merch stalls that sold like K-pop stuff and novelty stuff with cartoon characters and anime characters. And then we passed by the store that caught our eye the most. Cute handmade crochet stuff. As you can see here, there was a variety of crochet flowers, animals, and keychains. There were so many options, and I was glad we came early because I feel like they would have sold out of stuff if we came later. The one that caught my eye first was the Pokemon section, and I was a little bit upset because I saw the Kanto starters, but it was only Squirtle and Charmander left. I really wanted to see Bulbasaur. I feel like I would have bought Bulbasaur if it was there, but I ended up buying the cute Squirtle instead. Here's some footage of some other tents and stalls that we passed by after leaving the Bite Bazaar. While we were there, we bought some other things from a K-pop merch tent, mainly for my mom and Didi. I think Didi bought more cards, photo cards, and we bought my mom a Twice pin because she really wants a Twice pin, so it worked out. We got a souvenir. But yeah, now we're just on the hunt for more food again, and as you can see to our left, there was quite a lot of options, and it was making us very indecisive because there's a lot of food, but not enough room in our stomachs and not enough money to try everything we saw, so we had to choose wisely. Surprisingly, there were free samples this year, and we got to try this grilled cheese and quesadilla that was featuring a dairy-free cheese product. It was quite good. I feel like we've gotten old because we were taking a lot of breaks, but we took another break at the armory, and it gave me a chance to show you guys what we bought. Didi got this beautiful, cute, blue potted plant for her room. We got this purple flower for my aunt, and we also got a chicken bunny thing for my mom that we thought was adorable because my mom likes yellow. And you guys can see my Squirtle that I bought. Squirtle, a little bit better. This is all handmade by a girl and her family, and her Instagram will be in the description if you guys are interested to see more of her work. We head over to this Filipino tent that sells authentic Filipino food and a variety of Filipino street food. And we also met up with our cousins because we bumped into them by accident because they were already in line. Here you can see Filipino barbecue, which is a lot different than American barbecue. It's still very good. This is a iskrambol, which is a Filipino dessert milkshake kind of thing. Never had it. Then there's quack quack, which is like quail eggs, the orange thing. I think the other one's like a fish cake. This is intestines, so chicken intestine and pig intestine, isaw and chitterling, ataho, and another iskrambol. And that's what my cousins got. Next, we went to a cheese wheel pasta tent because we heard someone talk about a cheese wheel, and me and Didi have always wanted to try cheese from a cheese wheel, and this one claims to be from Italy. So yeah, we were really excited to try this one. We got the basil pesto flavor, and you can see that they're prepping it here, and we got a good look at the cheese wheel, and those are the noodles. They mix it together. I don't know, they were tossing it. I was just really interested in seeing how they did it. And yeah, so it's the cheese nice and convenient because we wanted to walk around and see more food before sitting back down. Here's the fountain again. There's actually children playing this year because it was really hot. There was alligator and frog legs this year, which I was sadly not able to try because it was actually really expensive, so we had to skip on it. And then there was this hot spot, the ube bread box, that a lot of people I saw were carrying like the go boxes, so we had to check it out. And its theme is just all ube. This is another Filipino stall or tent, and yeah, it's mainly desserts, just all desserts actually. It is just desserts. Pandesal, which is bread and desserts. And then we finally went back to the armory again and are eating our basil pesto pasta before it gets too cold. And it looks so good and cheesy. So very good and cheesy. You could see the pasta and sun-dried tomatoes on the top as I try to get a shot of me mixing the noodles together and the sauces, so like, you know, you can get all the flavors in one bite. Trying to do my best because it was starting to harden because again we took a while to eat it because you know cheese hardens after a while, but it was still pretty good. It was still really good. And then here is what we bought from the ube bread box that we are going to eat when we get home so we could try it with our mom. Nutella pandesal, so bread with Nutella inside, ube buttery croissant, upside down ube cheesecake, and ube buttery mochi, or ube butter mochi. I'm not usually a fan of ube, but like, I don't know what they did. The flavors just worked together. My favorite was the upside down ube cheesecake. I wanted to eat that whole jar in like one sitting, but Didi wouldn't let me. And my mom's favorite was the ube butter mochi. I now understand why they sold out so quickly, because that stuff was so good. And they're only in California, so I wish we bought more. And here we are on the monorail back home. Just jumped straight to it. We have a to-go of oysters for my mom, and we refilled our baby bottle with more peach lemonade. We refilled that thing like 4 times that day. So worth. The big baby bottle was so worth. Again, I don't know if it's because we're older, but we are really tired on the way home this time, so I didn't get too much footage of like going home, but I think overall in terms of food options, this year 2024 had more Filipino food and just overall more food options than last year, which is why we got so overwhelmed and yeah, did a lot of walking. But both years were so good and always a treat to go every year just to try out new food ideas, food cultures, just new food in general. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed